Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you a Hot or Not Part 2 of Kaguya Summer Love is War.
In episode 1, I had said that it wasn't clear if Miyuki was in on the whole war thing, so it was actually nice to see that he was also playing the game.
Yeah, I like this tatakai that's going on between these two characters. I love it. I thought it was original the first time I saw it. I think it's original now to an extent, and the battles between them two, turning the most obvious normal situations into a shonen showdown where I'm expecting someone to power up is actually pretty funny. I have to admit, I've been here for it.
Yeah, I would say that Kaguya's immaturity towards love really does make sense because of how sheltered she is and also because of the status that she has. Men should pursue women. She is an heir to a huge fortune and company. Also, because of her status, I actually feel like they were playing on class in this anime in terms of her worrying about her image, worrying about losing faith, thinking about setting an example, being perfect, having these very difficult ideals to live up to, because the status demands that she does that, and it just makes sense that she would carry on into her love life as well.
I like the Lady and the Tramp situation that we've got going on here. By no means is the president a tramp. I'm not saying Miyuki's a tramp at all, whatever. Because he's very academic, he's very powerful in the fact that he's a hard worker, he has goals and he moves forward and stuff like that. I get that. But I'm looking at it in the sense that Ruka just highlighted, there's a huge class difference between the two of them. He excels in only one thing that she doesn't, which is his academics. She excels in almost everything, and even in the academic side, she's not a sleeping giant. She's quite a titan in the field. She's still a genius. She is on the path to ultimate greatness, and he can't keep up. And I feel like that contributes a lot to the reason why he's so stubborn about his wanting her to submit to him. And I know it sounds pretty conservative and chauvinistic here, but hear me out. There is absolutely no need for someone who likes someone to not go and pursue that person unless there's an ulterior motive.
What I actually got from it was that he understands her. And they kept dropping little bombs throughout about how he really understands her and how he relates to her, and him being able to guess what she had on her piece of paper because of, you know, the kind of person that she is. And he also has little conversations with other people saying like, oh yeah, at first I thought she was cold, but he never quite finishes his thought because he obviously doesn't want to come out and say, I really like this girl. So I think he actually is doing it because he understands her better than anyone else understands her. And so he's just meeting her where she's at. Also, not just that, he's very shy and very inexperienced, and he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he doesn't want to admit that he doesn't know what he's doing because everyone thinks he should know because he's smart, because he's the president, because he's popular, because girls like him. And so he's fighting against the image that he has and his complete lack of experience and shyness to even admit that to others.
Okay, I can see where your points are coming from, but I get it, and I understand that it's the whole premise of the show, so don't get me wrong, I'm here for it, I like it. I don't know, maybe I have no empathy here because I've never been shy. Maybe I'm looking at it from a different lens, and maybe I need to put some other perspective on. I just want to talk about Best Fujiwara. She is the one that makes the show for me. Always coming in at the wrong times, always coming in to start out some drama, coming in with ways to move the plot forward with silly little game. Everything's a game. That episode with the ramen, best episode of the season. Hands down.
That was so weird. I thought that episode was really weird.
It was, I agree. Best episode of the season.
Fair enough.
100%.
I do like her character. She is really lighthearted. Most of the comic relief does actually come from her.
Yep.
And she just can't be dealing with anyone's nonsense.
Nope.
But she's nonsense.
The personification of nonsense is her, fam.
Yeah.
You know what? Fujiwara, best girl of the season.
Okay, well, let's just talk about how cute it was that Miyuki actually waited for Kaguya in the rain, and then Kaguya also was vulnerable with him when she ripped that French chick to shreds for daring to talk to him in any kind of way.
Any capacity.
I thought both moments were like really, really cute. I mean, where was he going? No one's coming. It was a typhoon. Where are you going, sir? And she was actually gonna go meet him as well.
Oh, no, what an idiot. But what about when he took her on his bike to school? Like, there's so many really cute moments of love here. And look, I am no means a romantic person. Any partner I've ever had will probably tell you how rubbish I am in terms of romance and whatnot. But it was really cute to see how a series of misunderstandings and misfortune, I guess, could create some really awesome, wholesome moments. And I really like that. It's not my cup of tea for anime normally, but I was here for it and it did help me enjoy it.
I also want to mention, because we're talking about these cute moments, I also want to mention how absolutely rich Kaguya is again, and how her character is someone who audiences wouldn't usually relate to because of how rich she is. She's just not something that the average person can connect with, but they've actually used the humor and the whole love and war aspect to humanize her character so much to the point where you can relate to her, and I think that's why they've made her so inwardly shy but outwardly strong and even evil at some point. You know, they've had her like all in blood talking about how she would kill people and all this kind of thing, but her real personality underneath is just so soft and lost.
Yeah, she's an armadillo and it's quite cute. I want to talk about something controversial. So, Mandem and anyone else, I guess.
Okay. Thanks for including us.
If a girl is totally out of it and tells you jump in the bed with her, do you jump in the bed with her? For me, the answer is no! Don't do it, fam. If not for the common decency of being a human being and not violating or putting someone's trust in jeopardy, just don't do it for yourself. That's stupid as well. I don't understand what the hell he was doing there.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, he didn't do anything. He literally went to sleep. He actually went to sleep. I didn't see like a problem there.
It caused a problem for...
I mean, yeah, it caused a problem because she was hoping he had touched her. Like, come on. She said she was pissed because he didn't do anything.
No, she said she was pissed that he did it and she was pissed that he didn't.
So
at the same time.
You can't win for losing?
Exactly.
So you can't win
so
for
if
losing?
he never went in the first place, it would have been cool.
As far as I'm concerned, you know, that was fine.
Okay.
Because they both won each other, right?
Uh-huh.
He did not violate her trust. Uh-huh. They were both fully clothed. Uh-huh. And he went to sleep.
Okay.
They both went to sleep. Literally nothing happened. What is wrong with that?
Alright, I've been in a situation, where a lady was drunk. She wanted me to, get into a situation with her. I told her no, because she was drunk. It would be wrong of me to say she didn't know what she wanted, because she clearly knew what she wanted. And I clearly knew I wanted it too. However, she was drunk. What the hell? Like, come on.
That is so different.
What's
to
the
going
difference?
to bed and sleeping.
She was out, not in her mind.
First of all, you're talking about being drunk and incapacitated and a intimate encounter, whereas this is going to sleep in the same bed.
Bro, she didn't.
I could go and sleep in the same bed as a sibling. I can go and sleep in the same bed as a friend. I can go and sleep in the same bed as anyone.
She didn't pull him close.
It's totally different.
Like, she didn't pull him close like she wanted him to sleep in the bed.
But he didn't do anything?
No, I understand that. I'm not saying that's the case. And I probably wouldn't have done nothing either.
Probably.
You know something I don't?
Well, you seem unsure. So, do you know? Do you even know what you mean?
Look, man had to hold.
You probably would.
No.
You don't know if you could control yourself. Look. If you were like Miyuki, I wouldn't mind sleeping in the same bed, but you seem like you don't have self-control. So maybe if the brother is like you, then yeah, you need to walk away. And I don't think we have much more time for this conversation.
Nah, I think we got lots of time. I think we got time, cuz. I think we got time. Look, Miyuki had to hold himself back the whole time. Look, I commend the brother. I'm not saying that he did something wrong. I'm just saying he put himself in an unnecessary situation where he didn't need to. Well done for, like, you know, being a gentleman. You know what my Instagram is, isn't it? However, I'm just saying...
What a thirsty comment.
I'm just saying that he didn't need to do that. And that's the only downer I saw in the whole season, to be fair. Everything else was pretty above board and wholesome and...
Okay, so everybody, there's a new anime coming out, so I want you all to watch out for it. It's called Big Boy Sama Love is Thirst.
You're such a deep fan.
You just got a preview, but out soon, innit? I want to know one of these burning questions about you. Why was he failing out of school? It doesn't make sense. They're saying that he's going to have to be kept back because he's failing out. However, they also said that the student council members are chosen based on their abilities. Also, Miyuki said that if Yu was to resign, the school would go bankrupt because he looks after the finances. So he's obviously not stupid. So why on earth would he be failing out, and why on earth would he barely pass?
I was thinking about this question as well. I think he is a shut-in, and he's only stopped being a shut-in because of Miyuki, and then the others gradually getting to know him. And really and truly, he has detached himself from society in his head, and these guys are the only thing that's keeping him barely holding on in society. And so when he goes home without the crux of having his friends around him, he goes to what's comfortable, which is the gaming life, the whole being a shut-in and whatnot. When he's forced to come back to council, he actually does his job, which is monotonous, and he can just lose himself in it. It was not only until he got a kick up the backside from Kaguya-sama that he actually did something educational. And I think that's what the show was trying to highlight. Look after your friends. They need you to kick him up the backside too, that kind of situation.
If that's the case, they did a really poor job because he's still looking after their finances. Therefore, he is either naturally talented academically or he works very hard. He is literally doing the finances for the school. That's not a small job. That's huge. And it's not just a normal school. This is like a school for elites.
It's not just his story.
There's no discrepancies that you can make. So then to have this episode where he's failing out, it just didn't track. But yes, I agree with you with all the other stuff that you... And lastly, I just want to say how sad Kaguya's life actually was. I mean, she's so isolated and literally shown no love, and it really does make sense why she has this really messed up idea of love, which is why I think as well that Miyuki is meeting her where she's at, and that he's playing the game for her comfort and also because of his comfort because he's so shy. And I just like the way that the people around her help her come out of her shell, and it's what you were saying earlier on, that, you know, your friends need to be there to sort of help you, and we see that each of them help each other in different ways, apart from
Fujiwara, because she's amazing.
She's just
she's just the best.
She don't need it.
But her voice is cute, she can dance, she's there to help people out. Fujiwara's the look, I will go for drinks with her. She's sick, fam. Best friendo.
Yeah, the first half of episode 12 really captured the all-encompassing loneliness that Kaguya was actually feeling, and they didn't really concentrate on her life and what was going on beforehand. Usually I would say, like, why on earth didn't you just tell us this before? You could have been giving us extra bits of the story. But I actually do think that the way that they handled this was so good, and I actually felt really emotional watching that episode as well, and I didn't expect it. It like came out of nowhere.
I agree with you, obviously, because while I was watching it, I was thinking, you know what, oh, this is deep, fam. But as a whole season, I feel like they did the stuff that we've highlighted really, really well. But the monotony and the samenishness that was going on throughout almost every episode, I thought you had ways to make this different, and you didn't. And I think That and the whole, sleep in my bed situation. I think those two are the only letdowns for me.
To the verdict! So for me, I felt like it was much of the same. They did have a chance to save it in episode 12 because of all, and also episode 11, because they really did start from episode 11 and they carried it on through episode 12, but then the last half of episode 12 really did turn it back on its head and kind of ruined it a little bit for me. I'm not going to say that this is a bad anime or that you shouldn't watch it. I think that this is a good anime, but ultimately it wasn't for me. But I wouldn't say it was a waste of time either. I know the fanciest fancy thing that I could say, but that is how I feel about this anime.
You guys can't see, but my eyes are rolling back so hard right now because the rules are it's either hot or a waste of time. And
it was lukewarm.
Ruka decided that she's gonna say, oh, the water's alright. For me, this was a hot anime. And I said that from episode 1. I could standardly watch season 2. Unfortunately, it's not bingeable.
So guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.